For a moment due to noise. Happened where yeah, that's right. And it'll be underwater. Hey there, Q20 family. We're going to do a quick bit of maintenance today with our hydraulic disc brakes. Reason being is because hydraulic disc brakes are both a blessing and a curse. A blessing in the fact that they have unbelievable stopping power. They're great. Curse, if they're not aligned up properly or you have some warpage in your disc, they can drive you insane with the endless scraping that they will do. And so I'm going to walk you through how to properly center and align your hydraulic disc brakes and how to troubleshoot and figure out if you have a bit of warpage to a disc, a rotor, and how it is that you can go ahead and tweak and adjust that to try and minimize or correct that. Now, tools we're going to use today: crescent wrench and a 5mm Allen wrench and a Sharpie. So let's get started and we'll go ahead and adjust these brakes and get you on your way. Starting at the front, you're going to loosen this bolt. You put this in and lefty-loosey. And down here right below, there is another one. And again, lefty-loosey. I'm not breaking mine actually loose because of the fact that, as I said, once they're happy, leave them alone. But now that both of them are broke loose, you would go ahead and squeeze the brake. It will center the caliper onto the rotor, and now you go back in and re-tighten this up on the front. And now we'll move to the back and do the same. Okay, here we are at the back. Same bolt, same bolt. Lefty-loosey, lefty-loosey. Squeeze the brake. It will center up the caliper. Tighten it back down, tighten it back down. Now, we're going to take a look further if this doesn't quite do it and you get that rhythmic scrape, scrape, scrape. Now, if you find yourself in the situation where no matter how many times you recenter your brakes, you continue to get this rhythmic scrape, you can then color on your disc. Now, I'm not going to color the whole thing, but I would go ahead and color on my disc, and then I'm going to take this for a ride without using this brake. I'll use the other brake to slow down. And as this, and I'm going to need to color on both sides of the disc because we don't know where it's rubbing. So, colored both sides, go for a ride, don't use this brake, and then what's going to happen is, the way that I've left this uncolored, this is where that rhythmic scrape, scrape, scrape would happen. And you now know, because it has worn away the Sharpie on here, you know this is the point where it is still scraping. And that means you have a little bit of warpage in the rotor. And to correct this, you would get a crescent wrench, open it up, and since I'm scraping on this side, that means this side is too far this direction. I need to move it that way. And what I'm going to do is put my crescent wrench on here, and I'm going to gently do a little bit of, I'm going to get it flush so it's nice and flat, and then I'm going to do a little bit of tweaking and bending it back the other direction. Then I'll take it for a ride again. I'll recolor this in, take it for a ride, and see if it continues to show up in that same spot. But it's small little tweaks. This is not uncommon with cross-country disc brakes. The challenge is going to be, though, these Ridstar discs are quite a bit thicker than traditional cross-country off-the-shelf discs that, a lot of other e-bikes use. But that's what you would do, and you just continue to tweak it, tweak it, tweak it. If it was scraping on the other side, then you're pulling it this way. So you're going to move it in the direction away from where the Sharpie was rubbed off. And eventually this will come off from using it anyway. So there you go. Well, Q20 family, I hope that helps you out. And I know this could be a really frustrating thing. Once you do get your brakes all dialed them in, though, just leave them alone, because once they seem to be happy, they tend to stay happy. So there you have it. Until next time, ride safe.